The show must go on. Sorry, Nick. All that and more coming up on the Restless Wrap-Up.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
We're doing a really dramatic move. The Young and the Restless. I need to learn that Mary J. Blige song so I can sing it. Hi guys, welcome to the Restless Wrap-Up. I am your host, Abby Scott. This has been a very juicy week, and I cannot wait to chat with you guys about it. I have my co-host with me, Rachel Goodman.
Hi guys, this is Rachel Goodman, not to be so dramatic about it. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rach Goodman or on Facebook at Rachel Ann Goodman, and oh my god, what a dramatic week.
I know, right? This is like, yeah, this week was not boring at all. There's so much that went down. It's craziness. But I want to start with Nicolas. What were you thinking, Nicolas? Right? What was it, soda that he like poured on the, I don't know. I feel like it was really evil of him.
And just the fact that not only did he do it, but then when everyone was trying to fix the problem, he let them take and waste all this time trying to fix a problem that he could have just said, hey guys, guess what? Why don't you check the, soundboard or something? Even if he wasn't going to admit to what he did, he could have done something to just kind of help them a little bit.
Especially when he saw how heartbroken Nikki was. When he saw that this was really affecting her, it's like your mom's already in pain and you're making it worse. It's like, just own up to it. Like, I just think that was really evil of him. And I just don't know where that was coming from, because it's like, I understand protecting your mom, but he was actually hurting her. I know she was in pain, but she was in more pain thinking about not being able to perform.
And didn't they say that part of it was stress too? And I feel like that's when her pain was really acting up, was those moments when she was stressed out during this whole fiasco.
Right?
And it's like, okay, it's one thing to care about your mom, but he was acting pretty controlling, and he pretty much, like, it felt like he was doing it for the sake of doing it because he had to be right, and less about helping his mother and doing the right thing.
Yeah, I'm very upset with Nick this week, and we got so excited. We forgot to give shout outs to everyone in the chat: Maxwell, Aaron, Demo, Joe. If I'm missing someone, hi everyone in the chat. And yeah, everyone's super excited to talk about this week. And everyone's feeling bad for Lily, but we will talk about that situation. There's just like so much that has gone down this week. But yeah, I do not like Nick's character at all right now. And it's like he even put Chelsea in a really bad situation, because it's not like her to like, she like so badly wanted to be like, well, this is really uncomfortable for me. It's like, what are you doing? You're letting your whole family fall apart,
She was good enough not to reveal what he had done.
Yeah.
I kept thinking she was gonna maybe tell someone or tell him to, be a man and and just
stand up, be a man.
But he reminded me of Victor in this situation, from the bad things I've heard that Victor has done and the manipulation that Victor has done. That is the Nick I feel like I saw, and even though he doesn't like his father, he certainly acted like his father this week.
Exactly. And as Demo says, he's so controlling. Nick's so controlling. It's like, that's a characteristic that's exactly like Victor. But he didn't even care about the feelings of anyone else. He was just like, I'm right. I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna protect my mom. But it's like, maybe your mom doesn't need protection, Stop trying to be like the parent. Hello.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Kimmy says, then Nick snapped at Noah for doing a good deed. That was like a big red flag. I'm like, why are you screaming at your son? The whole thing just made Nick look like such a terrible person. He wasn't even happy after she did an amazing job. He still had that look on his face. I'm just like...
And isn't that what it comes down to? She did the performance. Everything worked out okay. Yeah, okay, she was in some pain. But even then, he couldn't let it go. It's like he had to be right in the situation, in something that he was as far away as possible from being right.
Yeah. Well, there's some people that would rather be right than happy. And I'm the type of person, I'd rather be happy than right. It's like sometimes it's like, okay, I'll let you be right and for the better good, for everyone to be happy. And Nick's just like not that person. If I was Chelsea, I'd be like questioning staying with someone like that. But Aaron says, I can't believe Nick spilled soda over the sound system. What a toll. I know, Aaron. I was just like, what is he like thinking? This is not helping the situation. This is causing more anxiety to your mom, to your entire family. Everyone's yelling at everyone. Victoria's yelling at Abbey. Victor's yelling at Abbey. Poor Abbey. Abby's just running around in her cute little dress. She's like, oh.
Oh, I felt bad for her.
Yeah, she just so badly wants to prove herself to her dad. And yeah.
I didn't like Victor in this situation that much either. And honestly, the more I see him, the more creeped out I am by him.
Victor Newman.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is a very intimidating person, and he talks very slow
With his accent.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm completely like, it was like funny because Jack actually was the one that actually really cared about the situation, about Nikki. You know, Victor, it's like, I think he just wanted brownie points, but those tears, I don't know if they were crocodile tears. What do you guys think? Do you think they're crocodile tears? But I like, you know, it's still, I love Victor and Nikki together. So I was like, aw, but it's like, I just don't know if Victor is being sincere or he just, you know, wants to be right, just like his son. You know what I mean? It's like, I want Nikki because we've been together and she can't, no, Jack and her, no. You know what I mean? It's like a controlling thing versus like really loving, you know? I know he loves Nikki, but you know what I mean?
I'm not a huge Victor fan, but I will say...
Oh, you're gonna get a lot of haters for that one.
But I will say that after the performance, when she was in a lot of pain and he came in, he did genuinely seem to be upset and worried for her. As worried as I think he should have been from the beginning. Yeah. And that's why I like Jack so much, because he knew she was in pain without even seeing her behind the stage. Whereas Victor had to go behind the scenes and see what was happening to finally wake up. Jack just knew, seeing her up there, and he came back to see how she was. And I loved that scene between Jack and Nikki where he was like, I'm always going to be here for you. Aww. I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, it's because like Nikki feels like she can talk to Jack. She doesn't feel like she can be honest with Victor. So she held a lot of this, her flare-ups, from Victor, where she was honest with Jack about it. So, you know, and Victor, I think, noticed that too. He's like, how does he know? It's like, I didn't even know until right this second. You know, but it's like, there's a bond between Nikki and Jack, and Victor is definitely intimidated by that one. But yeah, everyone's just talking about how they, Joe, Abbey, Joe, Aaron, and Demo, they're just like, they're feeling bad for Abbey, and Abbey doesn't have a life, which I think is sad. It's like it doesn't really fit her. Like, looking at her aesthetically, you would think, oh my God, this is a party girl. This is a girl that like is all about the social scene, whereas her character is more career driven, all about like proving herself in her career, all about Newman Enterprises, all about daddy, what does daddy think of me? And I just I wouldn't actually put that with her. But yeah, she needs a life and she needs a boyfriend. And maybe it will be Scott, because they flirt like no other.
They flirt in front of Sharon.
I know. It's like that scene, Sharon literally had to go, okay, Abbey, we'll see you at the party. It's like, that's so uncomfortable.
And the tension, I honestly see more attraction between the two of them than with Sharon and Scott. And even Sharon last week, when she was talking about how she doesn't know if Scott is one of those loves of her lives yet, because, you know, she just doesn't know that. I don't know. Just to me, I just feel like he's just not the right one for Sharon. Yeah. And that Scott and Abbey, or maybe even Scott and Vicky, as Victor pointed out.
I know. I thought that was a little weird. I was like, I was like waiting for Victor to say Abbey, and then when he said to Victoria,
like he was looking at her. Yeah.
I think that Victoria and Sharon, they're about the same age, I think. I think they're a little too old for Jack. I mean, for Scott. I like, you know, I'm not being ageist here at all. I'm just saying I think they're in a different stage of their life than Scott is. Scott's more on Abbey's level as far as his career and his life and maybe building a family. I just think that Sharon and Victoria have already, like, you know, been there, done that, you know?
And Sharon, she's like the character who always has the wise things to say.
Yeah.
When I look at her and I just see her interacting with all the other characters, she just seems like someone who she's kind of emotionally put together, even if things in her life aren't completely put together.
You don't know Sharon.
Oh, really?
Guys, tell her about Sharon. No, Sharon's not. Yeah, I mean, she may seem put together now, but yeah, she's a mental case. That Sharon.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, I take it back.
Yeah, you'll see in no time. Sharon will have a breakdown. And I know Demo doesn't want Scott to cheat on Sharon, but sorry, Demo, I think it's going to happen. I definitely think it's going to happen.
Here we
soon.
go. Demo says, "Don't cheat on Sharon,
yeah,
Scott,
it's gonna
please."
Yeah, no, it's going to happen. I just feel the tension between Scott and Abbey, and, you know, Sharon and Scott are fizzling a little bit. So I don't know. I feel like, you know, the storyline is going in that direction. And Abbey so desperately needs a love interest. She's too about her work. She's too about, like, pleasing her dad. It's getting really old and, like, pathetic almost. It's like, why'd you even, like, put that nice dress on? Because it's like, you're, like, invisible. You're just like, please, like me, please, you know?
What's up with her and Zach, too? Zach's the
yeah,
computer
Zach.
guy, right?
Yeah, Zach. That's how, you know, you're just like... Yeah, Zach was her date, but he was, like, pretty much invisible until Tessa went up to him and was like, "What are you doing here?"
Well,
I didn't even know he was even there, you know? It's like...
Now, had they already basically told us that they knew each other, Tessa?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that was...
Tessa, yeah. They know each other. It's obviously something sketchy. And I'm still waiting to figure out what is Tessa's story. She sings well, like the song, but who is this Tessa character? Like, what is the story? Let's just put it out there.
Yeah.
And Zach, I don't know, but yeah. I don't want to give a spoiler, but I kind of already know. I already know who Abby's going to end up with, but I don't want to give a spoiler. I'm just going to say that. That's so mean. This is a mean person. Demo says Sharon may go back to Nick. He is in love with her. I'm starting to feel that too. I'm feeling a lot of that, of Nick and Sharon, like Nick being jealous of Scott. And I'm also feeling a lot of Devon and Hillary.
And, okay, yeah, Devon and Hillary, like, Devon keeps telling... Mariah that he wants to be with her, and he keeps acting like it, and well, not acting like it, he keeps saying the words, but the way he keeps on watching Hillary and going over and talking to her, and just the energy and vibe he gives off when he's with Hillary,
It's like it's not cool.
Yeah,
you know, poor Mariah is like madly in love with Devon, and he's just so about what Hillary's doing, what Hillary's wearing, what Hillary's doing with Jordan. And, you know, they were even flirting at the reception.
And on camera.
Yeah, and it was just like, on camera when they're being interviewed. It's like, she's just sitting, Mariah's just sitting there like this. Hello, you know?
And Hillary, how rude can you be to interview the guys on both sides of her and not say anything to her? Like, how rude does Hillary think that she can actually be?
Hillary is rude.
Yeah.
Hillary's rude. But it's like, I'm confused with Hillary, and I'll tell you why. Because it's like, has she turned a new leaf? Because, you know, Howard, her producer, wanted to go backstage and get the scoop and find out all the stuff. And she's like, no, they're having a private moment. Let's respect Victor and his family. And I was like, that doesn't sound like Hillary.
But then, at the end, she was watching with the camera.
Yeah.
So
well, that's a coming up attraction.
Yeah. Not spoiler alert.
But yeah, I was gonna say that. I actually wrote it down too. I was like, but then, you know, you see the coming attraction that, you know, but you don't know. That could have been Howard. Howard could have been like, you know, they could just be watching. Howard put it there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, you know, Hillary, in order for her character to have, you know, I don't know, to be like fun to watch, she has to continue this bitchiness or she's just like boring, you know what I mean? Like, you know, there has to be that clash between Mariah and Hillary, but I definitely feel like Devon still has feelings for Hillary. So that's going to be crazy to see.
I honestly don't think Mariah and Devon are going to last too much longer, because I can just see the way that Mariah is reacting to all this. I mean, I don't know her too well just from coming in the last couple of weeks here, but I don't know how much longer she can.
Would you be able to take it? Like,
oh,
it's like,
no.
I'd be like, hell no. Don't be looking at your ex-girlfriend like that, especially Hillary.
And I'm surprised she hasn't, like, said something to Devon already about it.
Yeah. Yeah, Taylor Jones says, Mariah deserves a good man. Yeah, but Devon is a good man. Like, Devon is, like, the catch of the world. He is such a great guy, but for some reason, him with like a good guy with a good girl, you would think that'd be perfect, but I think Devon needs a yin to his yang. He needs like someone to kind of give him a little run for his money. And
maybe he just doesn't realize he's doing it. And if Mariah, I mean, maybe, because you never know, like, every time we see him.
Maybe he doesn't realize he's, like, staring at her ass.
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's just, I don't know. Maybe he's just not over her, and he doesn't realize that, and he doesn't realize how obvious it is that he's not over her, and the flirting, I don't know.
Obviously, he thinks he can get away with it, because, you know, but I'm surprised Mariah hasn't pulled him aside and been like, listen. You know, Mariah actually, she has more confidence and more self-esteem than Hillary. It sounds weird, but I think she must, because Hillary would be so insecure, she'd be so jealous if it was turned around and he was doing that with Mariah in front of her. She'd be like, listen, buddy. Like, she would immediately say something, whereas Mariah sat back and she, like, kind of made an observation about it when she saw it going on at the reception, but she's... You know, I think she's, like, internalizing it, and I think that conversation is going to happen soon. And I want to know if it seems like Victor knew, going back to the whole Nick and Victor drama, it seems like Victor knew that Nick was a part of this. It's like, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Victor knows and is confronting Nick in the parking garage, or do you think that he's just, you know, having an argument with his son like always?
I think he knows. I think, I'm like 98% positive that that's what that is. And it almost felt like a blackmail conversation. Like, you're going to do this for me, or else I'm going to do this and expose your deep and dark secret.
Yeah,
that
they
you
all
did
have
this.
secrets over each other. It's like, I know this secret. Well, you know that secret. Well, I know this, you know?
Yeah.
It's like that whole family... They have a lot going on. They have a lot of issues, okay? They're all about, like, looking prim and proper in front of everybody else, but they have a lot of skeletons in that closet, to say the least. But I'm proud of Nikki. She performed amazingly. She did great, even though she looked like she was in so much pain. But I just, like, have this haunting suspicion that something bad is going to happen soon. It's like I'm waiting for that. I was waiting. Oh, I want to go to the reception. Have such a good time. You'll be there. I'm like, when's it gonna happen? When's it gonna happen? I just feel like something bad is in the future. What do you think?
I thought something bad was gonna happen while she was playing.
Yeah, me too.
All this build up,
like the chandelier fall or something.
Yeah, or that, you know, I don't know, that she would have a flare up while she was playing in front of everyone. When I was watching this, my husband was with me, and one of the things he commented on was the fact that...
Let's feel bad for Rachel's husband. I'm forcing him to watch on the rest. He's going to get into it.
He's a trooper. He's
going to be like, what? Who slept with who? What?
Yeah.
When? Oh, no, continue what you're saying. Sorry.
Here's a character sketch. And so he was telling me, when his comment was, all this build up, and Tessa had one song, and Nikki had one song. At least that's what they showed us, and then all of a sudden they were at the reception. So I was expecting that that Nikki would have a couple songs, and that maybe during the second one something would happen. But here's the thing: is that I was thinking in my head, even if something did happen, they know that she has MS. No one probably would have cared. Like, people probably would have been supportive of her, and they would have respected the fact that she has this illness. And I think Nikki would have kept going even if she had a moment where she had the flare up. So I don't think the stakes were really that high for her there, because even if she had a moment, I think that it would have been understood why.
Yeah, she's there supporting MS, saying, you know, you struggle with it every day, but you can overcome, you know, you can overcome it. So, yeah, I mean, I think, like, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand where Nick was coming from, because that's what this whole event's about.
And if he was worried about her and how she was doing, he should have respected her decision to go through with the concert and not tried to be so controlling.
Ugh, he's so annoying. But yeah, Aaron says, yeah, Victor thinks Nick did something. Demo says, yes, Victor knows the truth. Yes, Newman family has a ton of secrets. And Kimmy's like, there's going to be an argument. Yeah, I mean, Victor and Nick have been like butting heads for a really long time now. So who knows how that's going to end. I guess, was there like, are they punching each other again? I don't know. I didn't know. I forgot what I saw in the flat. I just know that Hillary and Howard are on it as far as filming it. This will end up on the Hillary Hour.
And who knows what's going to come up in that argument.
Yeah. And Demo is giving a shout out to your husband for watching YNR.
Thank you, Demo. I appreciate it.
What's your husband's name?
Joe.
Joe. Shout out to Joe.
He's actually in the chat too.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Well, we should have said so earlier. I love it. My mom doesn't know how to go on the chat, so I've showed her multiple times. And everyone loves Mama Jude, so shout out to Mama Jude. Sometimes she calls in when we, like, you know, she'll always call in if we put the number down. But she doesn't, I don't know if she can go on the live chat on an iPad. Guys, can you?
If you're on like a mobile device, you have to hit set as desktop view, and then you can.
Okay, yeah, she ain't gonna figure that out. So that ship is sailed. Aaron says Nikki looked gorgeous in that gold dress and diamond. Aaron, I'm letting you pick best and worst dress next week, because you're on fleek with picking out the outfit. But everyone looked gorgeous. It was like there were so many like amazing dresses. Everyone looked so great.
Joe says hi.
Oh, hi, Joe. Oh, yeah, there's a little wedding picture of you guys. Everyone's saying hi, Joe. See, there you go. We got the love for Joe. So, yeah, I mean, everyone looked awesome. Everyone looked amazing. Yeah, Jack's totally in love with Nikki. We talked about that. And, yeah, I just, like, you know, everyone was so hard on Abbey, though. Do you think that it was warranted? What do you guys think about everyone giving Abbey a hard time?
So
what do you think?
I personally was really, really angry with Victor in that moment where he blamed her. He made her feel like crap. I was like, what kind of father are you? Can't you see how hard she's working? And he just tore her down and just made it sound like it was her fault. But she was doing everything in her power to find out what happened. And she's not a technical person. She doesn't know how soundboards work or how electrical systems work. So it's not her fault that this happened.
Exactly. And I feel like the only person that's on Team Abbey is her mom, Ashley.
Yeah.
She's the only one that, like, stands up to Victor and goes, you need to go apologize to Abbey, because you've been treating her so badly. She so badly just wants your approval. Like, she's the only one that constantly sticks up for Abbey, and he gets upset about it. But think about all the other people that don't stick up for Abbey. She has Victoria on her. She has Scott on her. She has her dad on her. It's like she doesn't have anyone that's like Team Abbey. So it's like to have her mom kind of as her, like, you know, no, don't talk to Abbey like that, you know. It's like, I understand, don't meddle, but it's like she needs that. She needs someone in her corner.
Yeah, definitely. And I thought that was great for Ashley to do that too. I felt bad for Abbey.
Yeah, I did too. So Joe's putting a lot of, wow, Victor put a lot of pressure on Abbey about it being her fault. Yeah, see, he gets it.
He does get it.
He get it. He watches it. Joe, you're addicted now. You're addicted to YNR.
Yeah, and we were actually watching some of the 1973 openings and closing.
Nice.
Yeah, we were like, wow, this is, I mean, it's the same song, but just seeing all the original actors is pretty interesting. And
yeah, when we went to the Palais Center of Media, they had the panel, they had the actors there, and they played the original first episode that aired of YNR. It was craziness to watch. It's like this show has been on for so long, and some of the same actors have been on the show for so, like, you know, they weren't on the first episode, but you know,
Yeah.
some of the actors have been on the show for 30 plus years, and it's like they grew up on the show. Ashley grew up on the show. Eileen Davison, you know, Victor, obviously Eric Braeden. So yeah. Aaron Brody says I love Miss Judy. Thank you for the love, guys. Yeah, Victoria and Abbey are always going to hate each other because they both rival for their dad's affection. Abbey more than Victoria. Victoria's kind of given up.
Yeah.
She's kind of now a little bit hard on her dad. Her and Nick seem to always just be like, you know, they're on the you know, give dad a hard time. But I don't know, for some reason they're the favorites.
Yeah, and I kind of sense this idea that Abbey has to work much harder to get...
She's an Abbott.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Because she has the Abbott blood in her, you know? It's like she's not a full Newman. But it's like, I don't know. And there's a rival between Jack and Victor. So, I mean, I think it's wrong. But, you know, it's weird because it's like, with that being said, you know, Abbey is next in line to be the head of Newman Enterprises. So, obviously, Victor does, you know, hold her to some regard, or he wouldn't even put her in that position. I just think that, you know, he gives her a hard time maybe because he believes in her that much and because he knows how hard it is to be a business person, you know?
And that's kind of what I sense too, especially when they had that moment where she was kind of like, you know, laying next to him and they had like a really sweet like father-daughter moment. I don't know if it was this week or last week, but just moments like that, it really seems like he does genuinely care about her, which is part of the reason I was so shocked that he put all that blame on her.
He just, like, he can be cold. Victor can be a really cold person when he wants to be, or when, like, something just doesn't go his way. He turns into, like, a totally different person, and that concert meant everything to him, and he put... because he trusted Abbey, he put like all of his, what's the word? He just put like, he was like his trust. He put all of his trust in Abbey. He's like, I know you're gonna make this happen. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm gonna stay with Nikki and we're gonna do this interview. They even like had to show the phone that he turned off the phone.
Yeah.
And that Abbey was calling and they got a picture together. It looked like they took that selfie that day. But yeah, right? It looked like they just took that selfie that day. But yeah, so I feel like, you know, that's why he was hard on her, because he, you know, thought everything was going to go smoothly, but little does he know it was out of her control because Nick was trying to put soda on it and ruin everything. I don't know. I have such a bad taste in my mouth for Nick. You know, I love how the whole time we're not even talking about Lily and Kane.
Oh,
we're
yeah.
We're not talking about Lily and Kane, guys. I promise you. But yeah, I cussed out my TV when I saw Victor yelling at Abbey. Aaron said, yeah, I love it. Maxwell said, Nick is pissing me off, like, because I don't know why they care so much. I can't stress anyone. Yeah, Nick is pissing everyone off, Maxwell. He's just, you know, he's not thinking rationally, and he's just being a controlling freak for no reason, and he's being worse than his dad, which is saying a lot. And so we gotta talk about Lily and Kane.
Oh my God, yeah.
We gotta talk about Lily and Kane. What the freak? First of all,
I don't understand. That's how I'm gonna start.
Yeah, you start. I was gonna say before you finish. So Kane's the father.
See, even that was weird because when she was with Hillary and she got the results on the phone, it wasn't anything printed. It was over the phone, and she kind of had this reaction like she wasn't happy. Yeah. And I mean, maybe she didn't want it to be Kane's, but I just thought, I don't know, I just expected her to have a different reaction if it was actually Kane's baby. Yeah. And then when she told him, and she showed him the paper, I was like, well, where did you get that paper? You just found out, didn't you? Did they mail you, like, Super Express mail you something? Right?
She's like, I want this in paper, okay? I think the whole thing is confusing. I think she keeps changing, you know, what she wants, which is really strange. It's like, do you have multiple personalities, Juliet? Because one second she wants Kane to be the father and wants Kane to be involved, and then the next second she doesn't want Kane to be involved and she wants to be a single mother. Because even Hillary said that. She was like, wait. She goes, so Kane wanted to step up and you told him not to step up? What's wrong with you?
And in their earlier conversation, I think from last week, Juliet said, yeah, like you were saying, she said the same, like the exact opposite. Like she was going to allow Kane to be in the baby's life. And then all of a sudden, nope, you don't have to. It's okay. No problem. See you later. And didn't even want to give him the chance to, you know, step up and say he was going to be in the baby's life.
Yeah, I don't know what agenda she's trying to pull here. She definitely has like an ulterior motive. I don't exactly know what that motive is, but good luck with that. But as, you know, Hillary said, Lily is not going to let that happen. And Lily was kind of like, no.
Yeah. You're
going to take responsibility. Don't be a baby. You got her pregnant. You're going to take responsibility.
Yeah.
So, and Kane was like a baby. I don't want to. Please don't make me. And then they separately told the kids, which I think was right, but kind of weird.
I don't know. Like that, for me, it was a little strange. No. I kind of get why they might do it, because it might be easier if they're just one-on-one. But I feel like they should have handled it as a family, because that's part of the problem, is that they're worried about their family dissolving and getting all messed up. So yeah, I think they should have handled it together and helped their kids together, not separately.
Yeah, Demo says Juliet going to Kane's house to reveal the results. She did that to hurt Lily. Yeah, she's a bitch. And Joe thinks the paper's fake. Your hubby thinks the paper's fake. They told her who the real dad is. Who Hakasan was. What's his name?
Boss, right?
The boss.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like a theory. I'm not sure. And then Maxwell says, I'm about to slap Kane when he was about to say okay to Juliet's plan. Demo said, Kane told Lily, I'm sorry, you got another woman pregnant. You didn't spill milk on the kitchen counter. I know. Kane, he's like, needs to step up and be a man.
You know what frustrated me too? Even before they told them, going back a little, when he told the kids that he got fired, he made it sound like it wasn't his fault at all.
Yeah, right.
I was like, what? How? Why would you do this? Even if you can't tell them what you did or the severity of the situation, at least say, yeah, I messed up, I lied, I can't tell you about what right now, but it was my fault and I got fired. Yeah. Instead, he played it off like it was just, he was like a casualty and, you know, of this whole situation that...
Well, that's why everyone was so mad at him. Because it's like, he let them go down that road knowing what was at the end of that road. And it's like, that's like really just, it's a lot of things. It's like cruel, it's mean, but it's also just dumb. It's like, Kane, come on. It's like, get a brain. Yeah. It's like, you can do damage control if you would have just been honest. Pull Lily aside, pull Victoria aside, maybe you would have salvaged your job. He's just a big baby. It's like, I don't feel bad for him when he goes, oh.
And like when he's freaking out, like, I'm gonna get the legal documents. It's like, come on, like, grow up. Act your age, not like a little kid who doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, did you act that way when you got drunk and got her pregnant? No. Yeah, I just, Demo said the kids are growing on him. Maddie, and what's the other one? Charlie? Maddie and Charlie?
Charlie, yeah. I'll never forget because Reed, I think his name is, he kept calling him Chuckles and Chuck.
Yeah, I mean, I think the kids are kind of annoying, but that's just my opinion, you know what I mean? Like, I just think that they're just like, let's like, okay, you know, and then all of a sudden they make more sense than the parents when they tell them this like horrific news, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think the family, like, I'll ask you guys, what do you guys think? Do you think that Lily and Kane will stay together, or do you think they're donezo? What do you think?
I think they're going to stay together because...
Really?
Yeah, at least for right now. I think there might be something else that pulls them apart that kind of goes back to this, that just reminds Lily of the situation. but she seems like she's going to stick with her husband through thick and thin because of the kids. And I don't know, maybe the kids' reaction will change her mind on that.
Yeah.
But if they are able to accept it, and once they're, once they have time to process what they were just told, I think that she might step up and try to get the family to get back, to keep the family together.
Yeah. So your husband thinks Billy's the father. And you know what? That was a spoiler. That was a spoiler that was out there. And sometimes the spoilers are wrong, like on those like YNR pages. But that was one of the theories, is that Billy's the father. And Cheyenne said, "This is why I love Hillary so much. Hillary was like, if you are so sure Kane's the father, you shouldn't be so nervous." Hillary had laughing when she said, "I didn't sign up for your baby drama." Or baby drama. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Baby mama drama, baby dad drama. So if Lily is in for all of that, she stays with Kane if Kane really is the father of Juliet's baby. But I think there is going to be a twist because it came too quickly. The news that it was Kane was the father came a little too fast. And so I think there's going to be a little bit of a twist there. I don't know if it's Billy. That'd be a little weird. But Billy, you are the father. But we'll see. We'll see. I guess, to be determined. Demo says Lily needs to separate from Kane from now. I agree with that, Demo.
Yeah, I agree too. I just don't know how quickly it will actually happen.
It's just so uncomfortable. It's like they're sitting on the couch together, then Lily gets up. She can't even stare. She can't even look at him.
Yeah.
She's disgusted by him. How they're gonna stay together.
I don't blame her though. If I was in her situation,
Joe?
Oh my god.
Yeah, tell us. Do tell.
If I was in that situation.
This is the LOL moment of the week, by the way.
Exactly. Joe's like, I will never do this. If I was in that situation, I wouldn't be able to stay with Kane at all. I would be like, all right, pack your bags.
Yeah. You're out there. Yeah, Lily's being she's being cold, and reserved, but it's like, I would have already had him staying at a hotel. I'd be like, go, leave, bye, It's just so, they already didn't have any chemistry, and now this, oy vey. But, Aaron said this is the last thing Billy needs. Who knows who the baby daddy's going to be, but I guess we will find out soon enough. But I think that's about it. That's about it. That was a lot to this week. A lot of craziness went down, but I loved it. I loved every second of it so much. But we are going to get to our segments of the week, and we have our first segment from Rachel, the LOL moment of the week. That's our audience laughing.
We've got a lot of people back here. So I have two things that were kind of hilarious to me. So, of course, Gloria is number one. When she's in, I think it was Esther's house.
Yeah,
when
Esther.
and she shows up and she literally says that she is not leaving this sofa until someone talks sense into Kevin from leaving. But just the way she says it, I'm like, okay. It was just instantly, I just started laughing as she was talking and having the scene, because she has this thing where her eyes just get super wide. And then the second thing I have here is Jack, when he's talking to Nikki about being her #1 cheerleader and being in the front row during her concert.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. That's so funny. That's the one thing I didn't talk about this week was Kevin's emotional goodbyes, which I think were so emotional. So sorry, guys, I wanted to go over that. But him saying goodbye to Gloria, I mean, it took that LOL moment to a crying emoji moment. Yeah. It was so sad. I mean, that was heartbreaking when Kevin had to say goodbye to his mom and it was just that. Oh yeah, we love you, Steve. You're on it. It was really sad, but I don't know. I'm gonna miss Kevin. I'm gonna miss Chloe, and I don't know how they're going to exit those characters, though, because they're so a big part of, Y&R.
See, for me, I don't even know that they are going to, because Chloe keeps saying, things along the lines of, he's gonna find me. You don't understand.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be what happens. It's like they get tracked down. No, it's like I want to envision them happy ever after as a little family.
Joseph, he just put like 20 crying faces.
Oh, I know, that was like perfect. But we are going to get to the next segment, the best and worst stressed of the week, because you guys love it. And next week I'm going to let Aaron Brody, you're picking best and worst stress. But I give my best stressed of the week to Abbey. Let's give Abbey some freaking credit over here. She looked gorgeous in that red outfit. Oh my God, she was gorgeous, like on fleek. Like, you know, she was stressing the freak out, but at least she looked really good. Yeah. And I think someone needs to give her some accolades, so I will do it. An Abbey to an Abbey. You looked amazing, beautiful, and congrats to Melissa Ordway. She's pregnant. So Melissa plays Abbey, and she is officially pregnant with her second baby. So congrats to Melissa Ordway. She looks amazing. She's probably only like a month or two pregnant right here, but I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. But congrats, Melissa.
Congrats,
We're so
Melissa.
happy for you. And I give the worst stress. I can't believe I'm giving it to a kid.
Somehow I knew
Maddie.
you were going to pick her.
I mean, come on. It's like Reed has a crush on you. I just don't believe. Okay. First of all, yeah, her style's a little unique, to say the least. And maybe she's going through a phase like we all did. I hate giving it to like a teenager because we all go through those moments. But I just don't believe the whole crush thing. Like Reed is so put together, and he likes this nerd. Like literally, she walked in. She couldn't even like talk to her mom for 2 seconds. I got an exam to do. I got a research paper to do. It's like, oh my God. It's like her and Reed are polar opposites. I don't believe it. They're trying to push that romance. Not gonna happen.
Unless maybe he just wants someone different, which could be drawing him to her.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I mean, I hate giving any worse dress, and there were just so many like wonderfully like dressed from this event, so I had to give it to like someone that didn't go to the event. So Maddie, you got the worst dress of the week. But yeah, Aaron said Nikki was his best dress. Well, Aaron, next week I'm going to let you pick the best and worst dress because your fashion is on fleek. And yeah, Nikki did look amazing, and I actually couldn't find a picture of Nikki in that dress. So plus I wanted to give Abbey some accolade.
Yeah, she had a rough week.
She had a really rough week. So I wanted to give her something. So I gave her best dress of the week, and plus she had this amazing news that Melissa Ordway, that she's pregnant. So congrats again, Melissa. You're awesome, and hopefully you come on the show. We want you and Ravi to come on the show. Abney, I think that's how you pronounce it. I was like, how do you pronounce your name? Abney and Melissa. Abney plays Ravi. Melissa plays Abbey.
Yeah.
And they wanted to come together on the show, so hopefully you guys can make it. And Demo says Maddie needs a makeover.
In due time.
Yes. Like she's like the She's All That. Remember that show?
Yeah.
She's All That. She's like that, you know? So hey, it's possible for Maddie. But I think that wraps it up. And so we're going to leave you with a little outro song because we like to always do that. This one is one of mine again. And this one's actually entitled Everything I Love Is Killing Me, which I think is kind of perfect for this because, you know, especially for Abbey. Everything she loves is killing her inside. So yeah, I'll give you guys a little sneak peek of Everything I Love Is Killing Me. It's my latest single that's available on iTunes and Spotify and Apple Music. If you like it and you dig it, you want to jam out to it.
All week.
Yes, I love you, Rachel. And shout out to everyone in the chat. But let's listen to a little bit of the song, and then we'll do our little outro. On your line, I take the bait. Going where I can't rewind. Everything I love is killing me. Shout out to Aaron Brody, Tim Smith, Joe the Hubby, Maxwell, Cheyenne. You guys are amazing. Aaron Brody, I'm counting on you next week. Best and worst dress. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Restless Wrap Up. I am your hostess with the mostest, Abby Scott. You know where to find me. And my co-host is Rachel.
Thank you guys. You can find me at Rach Goodman on Twitter and Instagram. And on Facebook at Rachel and Goodman. As always, it's been awesome being on here.
Love you guys.
killing just like a drug. Taking me, shaking me, busting, forsaking me. Everything I love is killing me.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Messing with my energy.